co-owner of Romika Designs, and if you can dream it, we can probably make it. We can custom laser cut and engrave on nearly all material. Great for one-of-a-kind gifts, home decor, business and specialty items, or personalized and logoed designs created just for you or your company. Allow us to become your go-to gift and specialty project partner. Romika Designs can help make your ideas a reality. We're ready to help you design and create that special gift for any occasion or engrave your personal or business logo on just about any product. View our designs at romikadesigns.com or simply email us with your ideas. We specialize in custom design and would be honored to have the opportunity to discuss it with you. Call us at 817-400-4040, email info@romikadesigns.com, or visit us on the web at romikadesigns.com.
Hey travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
855-325-1820. 855-325-1820. That's 855-325-1820.
Out of deck carpet giving you the blues? Tired of your old dingy and broken tile? Let my friends at the Floor Store in Cleveland, Texas give your home the makeover it deserves. This is Old Taco Joe coming to you for the Floor Store. Whether it's carpet, tile, wood flooring, or real wood laminate, the Floor Store can cover all of your flooring needs. Located at 405 West Henderson Street in Cleveland, Texas, owner Brent Harris can help. Shower tile, tub surrounds, even backsplashes. Give them a call today at 817-641-9444. The Floor Store, they got you covered.
Accelerated Graphics and Signs, 101 East Renfro, Sweet C in Burleson, Texas, can handle all of your graphic needs. Need a banner or promotional products for your business? They got you covered. T-shirts and caps for your group. All you need to figure out is if you want them screen printed or embroidered. How about some slick graphics on that hot ride to make you stand out from the crowd? Accelerated Graphics and Signs can handle anything you throw at them. Located at 101 East Renfro Street, Sweet C in Burleson, Texas, go in and see them. Call them at 817-991-0523 or reach them on the web at www.acceleratedgraphics.net. They are loud and proud and want to serve you. Accelerated Graphics.
When you're hungry for tender brisket or some delicious homemade cobbler, then look no further than Leech Brothers Barbecue, located at 1106 East Henderson, Cleveland, Texas. Leech Brothers has been family-owned and operated since 1950. Take it from me, Taco Joe Orwinski. Todd and his family have been filling my belly breakfast, lunch, and dinner for a long time. Heck, I even have my own booth, open Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Come see them for dine-in, carry-out, and all your catering needs.
The voice of Johnson County, Joco Community Radio.
You know, I'm supposed to let the music play just a little bit, but it's the first week of football, so I don't know that I can. I don't know that I can actually let the music play without start talking. So this music's gonna play while I'm talking, but I'm excited.
Yes, sir.
We're finally back.
We're
I mean, we're here. It's Saturday. It's game day. Gentlemen, welcome to After the Whistle. First off, just take care of it for our audience that's been with us for a while. You know the drill. Doug already beat me to it. See, Doug, I should have just had you announce it. If you are listening or you're on a streaming device right now and you have the chance, Facebook, YouTube, Apple apps, whatever it is, we want this show to be interactive. We got some great guests today from Ferris. They'll introduce himself in a second, but drop an L for live. Sean's already dropping the L's in there. If you go back and listen to this later, you're driving home, maybe you guys want to listen to yourself driving home, make sure you drop that R, right? They're both like, yeah, we're gonna listen going home. We got that drive. We're gonna listen going home. But we got an awesome show today. Man, Phelps just jumped on. We've got football talk today. We got to talk a little bit about Ferris. We've got games to talk about today. I'm going to pick some games today. I'm sure I'm going to make some folks mad today, but that's all right. There has to be winners and losers, right? That's why we play the game, right?
Sir.
So without further ado, we'll start here to my right. We have the Ferris Jackets in town. Please introduce yourself, sir.
Oh, yes, I'm Robert Grady. I'm the president of Ferris Youth Sports Association.
Coach Nate, part of the board of Ferris Youth Sports Association.
So we have Coach Nate and Coach Grady as, and now me and Coach Grady have been talking because he's a 12U coach and I'm the 12U coach, and we will not discuss whether or not wagers or anything have been put down before the show went live. Just kidding, folks. No one call like anybody on me, and we're not putting wagers down. You got people freaking out already right now. Like, what wager? What are they doing? Ferris is online. We got Ali, Mr. and Mrs. Chavez.
Oh, yeah,
Go
definitely.
Ferris.
Team mom, let's go.
Who is it?
Yes, sir. This is my team mom.
Team mom.
She's my team mom, my cheer coordinator. She's
Lifesaver.
She's one of the best, man.
Saying let's go Jackets. The Raiders are already talking crap. Just kidding, they're not. But they're saying Burleson 5U versus Ferris 5U. The Raiders. Burleson wins. I mean, we hadn't even got started, fellas.
Wow.
It is rolling. It's getting deep right here. I mean,
I love it. Week
woo.
one, let's get it in.
Whoa, it's week one, and people are not wasting any time at all. You mentioned your team mom, so tell us her name, because team moms are special to us coaches.
Yes, her name is Allie.
Allie.
Yes, man.
Miss Allie, thank you for being a team mom. So our team mom is Casey Reyes,
Okay.
and she's probably listening. I also have the pleasure of working with Casey as well in our uniform company. And when I tell y'all that, like, she is like the best, first off, I didn't even think about it the other day. She's like, okay, I'm going to do a snack board and all that. I'm like,
Yes.
oh, crud, snacks.
Yeah, that's the stuff that we forget.
My
about,
bad.
you know?
See, I promise you, she make being a coach a lot easier. A lot of things I don't even have to think about, like homecoming. I don't even have to worry about floats or gifts for the cheerleaders. I don't have to worry about nothing. Literally, just show up and coach the players.
Man, that's, Coach Grady, that's awesome, because and in Coach Nate, I know you know this too with your 7U team. We'd be nowhere without team. Matter of fact, we probably just need to have a show and have team moms on, because they get very little recognition, and man, they got a servant's heart. And so Ali, thank you. Phelps says don't forget to ask Grady about number 88.
There you go.
Is there some nightmares, or is that
yeah, last year playoff game, I think he scored like 5 or 6 of them.
Is that the quarterback for?
Yes, that's his son. That's his son too.
Okay,
So
okay. Hey, Coach Phelps, we want to talk about scrimmage this week? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I kind of heard about that.
I'm just kidding now, Coach Phelps. But be fair, we had a great. First off, Waxahachie was an awesome host to scrimmage at. If you coaches haven't had a chance to go out there, class act organization, man, had a great time. They had fields marked off and told us exactly where to go. And parents were awesome, respectful, and it was a pleasure to get out there and honestly get some great work in. We got to scrimmage the 12U team, and I don't know who all went out that day to scrimmage. I know they had a day of hosting, but we all got some great work in, and it was a lot of fun. Now I'm being told, ask Coach Benjamin about the Ferris QB. I mean, we got like smack talk rolling right now. I was going to ask the question who your biggest rival is, but I'm kind of getting the feel of who it is. Okay. All right. So okay, got you. Doug says we love the team mom. Sean Cooper says yes, my team mom is the best. I don't know what I do without her. And also Coach Cooper says my 5U Raiders are ready. So Ferris 5U, target has been officially placed on your back.
Hey, we ain't ducking no action. We want it all.
We want it
all levels.
Coach Grady and Coach Nate say just bring it, as The Rock says.
Yes,
so
sir.
This is what I love about youth football, right?
It's fun.
It's I have said this every show, going back to last year's shows I did with other youth football groups, and every show it tends to find its way up. And so here's my Coach Mike's talk. For some of these kids, this is the best they're ever going to have, and this is fun.
You're absolutely right.
And what I love about youth sports is that, and Coach, for you and I, we've got that 12U team that a lot of those guys are going to age out to junior high, and then it's not up to us whether they play. It's up to their next coach whether they play, and this might be it. And so I love I love the fact that our parents are involved right now. I thank you guys for your volunteer. We're going to talk a little bit about the Ferris organization and what you guys do out there, and then have you guys pick some games with me. I'm going to put you on the spot. You already told me all the terrible teams, so I'm just kidding, y'all. They didn't say nothing about that. Well, maybe about Waxahachie, but that was it. But we'll pick some games, and we'll have a good time today. So tell me about Ferris. First off, for some of us newer Burleson folks. Now, I think I know where Ferris is at because I think there's a golf course out in Ferris that I've played that is like right off the highway-ish, right? That's a cool little golf. Okay, so that's what I thought when I was like, okay, Ferris, I know this place. I know this place. Tell us about Ferris. First off, how many kids do you guys have? Football, flag, tackle, cheer, estimate number of kids you guys have?
Estimate number, I'm going to say between 150 and 160.
That's pretty good. Because y'all what? How many people in your town? 5,000?
Yeah, about
3,000.
About 3,000.
3 to 5,000.
So y'all one of those towns you lay down and you're in the next one. You're already there.
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. And so do y'all have a team in every age bracket?
No, not this year. We have 5, 6, 7, 9, and 12.
5, 6, 7, 9, 12. And you coach the 7U team.
Yes,
how many kids you have on your team?
I have 15.
Is this your so let me ask you guys this. So in Burleson, so I've been a pleasure to be with this group of young men that I'm with since I think my son was in 3rd grade when I started with them, and it was a different head coach, but we try to keep our head coaches. And do y'all do the same thing in Ferris?
Yes, sir.
So talk to me about your coaches, right? Before we jump into that, what does Ferris need, right? So we're on the radio, we're having over 1,000 people, almost 2,000 people a week that are viewing the show. One of the things that I really challenge our parents to do, and it seems like we got a lot of parents on from Ferris right now. What do you guys need?
Volunteers.
Yes, sir.
Definitely volunteers.
That seems to be a recurring theme for every single town. What do we need volunteers for?
Concession stands
Okay.
on Saturday. We could use a couple more DODs to help out.
DODs. Okay.
Yeah. Basically that's it. I mean, I'm pretty sure every coaching staff could use a couple more coaches, things like that.
Okay.
But as far as volunteers, that's basically what we need.
Just overall to make it easier.
Make it easier.
Make it easier.
So concessions and game flow and and DOD. So if you parents are listening, there's a lot of Ferris parents popping on here. Derek King says, "Hold it down, Jackets." I'm not sure who
that's my VP right there, Vice President.
What, he didn't want to come all the way out here?
He got off work late. He didn't want to show up late. He said he didn't need that stigma on Ferris.
Okay.
He didn't want to put the stigma on us.
We need that.
Heel 187 says 9U Jackets are ready for action. So we got 9U team ready to go. And then I love this comment here. Looks like Megan Michelle says Ferris means family.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
I like that.
Definitely.
So tell me what that means to you guys. When you're president of the organization,
yes, sir.
We've got comments flowing in, right? And I can always tell a good organization based off of comments and stuff like that come flowing in, right? If it's pretty quiet, it's usually like, okay, what's going on over here? But you've got some support behind you, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Tell me about your support. Tell me about Ferris. Tell me about how you feel, and just hearing comments like this.
That right there is just reassurance that we're doing the right thing. Like I say, Ferris to me is everything. I grew up in Ferris. I graduated from Ferris. So just teaching these kids and showing these kids to make sure they don't make the same mistakes that we made,
right,
and that they could be successful adults in this world, basically, is what we're trying to do.
It's not just about football, outside of football as well. We're trying to coach the kids up to, become great, young men.
I love it.
Yes, sir.
I love it. I guess so. Inside of that, so are you from Ferris as well?
Yes, sir.
So both you, high school, junior high, all that good
Yes,
stuff
sir.
from Ferris.
Sir.
So he may be listening. He does his own podcast radio show, but I had a teacher named Mr. Allard one time, and I'll never forget. I want to say it was my senior year here at BHS. Could have been my junior. He said, "Let me tell you all what's about to happen." He said, "All you guys can't wait to get out of here, and y'all gonna move off, and you'll be back in 3 years."
Definitely.
And if he wasn't right, because most of matter of fact, we're out at football practice, and this is why I love football, y'all, the reconnection. And I'm walking off the field, and I hear this, "Hey, boy." I'm like, "What?" who called me boy out?
Yeah.
Get over here. I turn and look. Guy I have not seen since high school that we played football with. His kids playing on the 9U team.
Wow.
Yeah.
And man, just that reconnection that just happened. And like, dude, what are you up to? How's life treating you? And it just, and so why, I mean, you guys are coaches, good coaches, right? Why the youth? Why? I know y'all want to get the kids better, but what was it about it that just made you, for me with the youth, I found it as, I'm a Christian guy. I found it as a great gateway to be an influence. I read a long time ago that most kids, by the time they hit the age of 13, whatever they've learned in life, that's what they're going to be in adulthood. I don't know if that's true. I just read it in a book, and that's always stuck with me. And so for me, that's why I wanted to get involved with youth, not just because my own kid plays and, he's about to age out and I got another one that's coming, but why for you guys? Why take, because I mean, maybe you are getting paid the big bucks, but here in Burleson, we Coach Grady's like, what, people get paid? No, we don't. So why is it just because you love Ferris, or what was it that drew you in? Because guys, I know the commitment that you're making, not just coaching, but being board members. What is it that drew you in?
It's basically about making a difference, like putting our stamp on the world, like doing something to say that we were successful in life, like, because it's not like you can have all the knowledge in the world, but if you don't share with anybody, what is good is that?
I love it. I love it, man. That's awesome. Coach Nate, why did you choose to take your time and devote your time, because you're basically helping, you're head coaching one team,
yes sir, and
helping with the 12U team,
yes sir.
So what has got you? I mean,
I think it just not just the love of the game, for me personally, but I think the bond and the relationships you build with these children.
Yeah,
like we've been with the 12U since they were 4 and 5 years old. So I mean, we have strong relationships with these children, and just like Rob said, being a great influence to the kids and giving them a chance. Maybe, I was good as a child. I was good. He was very good at sports. I was good, but having that right adult figure in your life can really be the separation, and like, I think they said it last week on the show, or the week before, that, going to the game and having the kids say, Hey coach, you remember me? And like, man, I haven't seen you in 5 years, boy, but yes, I do remember you, and that's a great feeling,
And I said last week, and I can't wait for that. Right. My kids that I'm coaching now, and I have a great assistant coach, Coach Jacob and Coach Jeff and Coach Rowland. They've been with these guys for a while. They're getting to that junior high age, and so this is going to be my first batch that I eventually get to see a lot of them play in high school, and that's cool. And it's funny, just Ali says Coach Grady and Coach Nate are family. It's my son's 5th year with both of them, and 7th year for playing for FYSA.
Yes,
that means you guys are doing something right.
Sir.
Right.
Yes,
I mean,
sir.
and so hats off to you guys. Right. I know that a lot of times as board members and stuff like that, and for all the volunteers that are on here, and I see our boss and leader, Mike Hernandez is on. Drop the L for watching live. It's a thankless thing that we do. Right.
Yes,
We're
sir.
not out there. I guess there are some people chasing that $27 Super Bowl ring, but the reality of it is we're out there, I tell people all the time, I'm like, man, guys, football season, you don't understand. It's July to November.
Oh yeah. And
definitely.
even with
And it's
spring,
physical.
Now we just, like, this year was our first year in spring.
we love spring now.
So basically we jumped right in, like, from after the season ended in November. Basically took a break from football.
We coached basketball.
December, January, and February, and then right at the beginning of March, we went straight into football. We've been in football.
You
since.
sound like me. So our team that we have now, we have a group of them that go and play basketball together in December, right? And honestly, we take as many as they'll let us. And some of them, it's funny because I'll be honest, we have Q. If you're listening, Q, here's a shout out. Q's a great basketball player. And we have a lot of good basketball players, but they're football players, so we have a fouling out problem. It's a the physicality trying to tone that down after going from July to August, but same way. And then we play 7-on-7, and I mean, football is kind of turning into that year-round type thing that a lot of these other sports are. And I know for us, like, my son does training up at Redline, and then he has a private coach that he works with, and I'm starting to see that more and more with football. Where I remember when I was growing up, man, we got that mesh little Rydell jersey that we would wear, and we go out there and knock heads and have headaches and stuff, and then you were done for a little while, and then you come back and play next season, and that was it. But not now, man. They got, and I'm sure it's probably in Ferris, but the junior highs and high schools, they got spring ball, fall ball. It's 24/7 almost football. Yes, it's just not live tackling games. And so, and it's awesome. Guys, comments are pouring in, and also, if you're listening, once again, drop an L for live. This is an interactive show. So if you got some questions, or if you just want to talk some smack to Coach Nate and Coach Grady, they signed up for it today. So they can't leave yet. Now at the break, if they don't come back, that means you guys got them, right? But they can't leave yet. But drop an L if you're watching live. If you watch it later on the replay, drop an R, and please share it out, right? A couple of things that to talk about Ferris. So they need volunteers, but there's a lot of ways that you can volunteer, right? If you can't volunteer your time, if you're a business owner in Ferris, if you're somebody that has the opportunity to sponsor a kid, get with these guys, right? Maybe you sponsor a cheerleader. Maybe I don't know what type of fundraising you guys do. If you want to go through the show, we can get in contact with the North Texas board there to help out, because what I'm learning in youth sports, there are multiple ways to support kids.
Yes, sir.
In both cheer, we can't leave our cheerleaders out, man. Those girls, they give it their all. Yeah. Love our cheer coaches and our volunteers on that. But these guys need your help with that, and so they've asked for it today publicly. And step up, and I know there's a lot of folks on here talking about that they do a little bit of everything. Phelps says Grady's a good man. Nate, well, and he put a bunch of smiley faces. So he says no, both are good men from Hill. Megan says sometimes it's not even about football. I mean, nail right on the head. Douglas says we do love the spring. Spring football, all that stuff is great. And I told you guys time flies. Yes, I want to talk just a few more minutes about Ferris, and next segment we'll get into picking games and all that, and we'll talk more football and have some fun. But I want to ask you guys, so last week we talked about a little bit of a topic of the unfortunate incident that happened with the coach, right? Gotcha. And I've seen messages still coming in. What is Ferris's? Is there any message you want to put out to your parents, to your coaches, to as the president here, of what won't be tolerated at your fields? Because obviously we all love the kids so much, and safety being a priority. Talk me kind of through that to maybe some parents, because I've had people message me like, okay, what are we doing? Like, I want to make sure my baby's safe. I get it.
Yeah, basically the same as all the other organizations are going to do. We're gonna have security there from the school. We're gonna try to see if I can reach out to the city, make sure that the police patrol our parking lot a couple of times, just to make sure that people see that the right people are there, so they think twice before they do something crazy,
silly. Yeah.
Basically, and just try to see things a lot different now. Like, if it's just a little argument, jump in there quick. Don't let it
de-escalate the situation.
Yeah, like don't let things get overboard before it happens. You can do things to prevent those type of things from happening. And then also just frequently walking through on the sidelines, checking the energy of the coaches.
Yeah.
That's a big thing.
That's huge.
That's a big thing.
Yes,
because the energy from the coach will tell you basically how the game is flowing. And that's what we got DODs there for. But just me being the guy in charge, just making sure that I'm doubling back and making sure everybody's doing what they're supposed to do, and not just taking the day off.
I like what you said about checking the energy of the coaches, because a lot of what I see, and I promise you guys, there's going to be instances, not to the extreme that we're talking about, but people are going to get upset. There's going to be a bad call made, right? Yeah. It very would possibly cost the team a game. Could cost them in the playoffs. But what we have to remember is that and I'm not saying that you shouldn't, make your case to the ref if you're the head coach, because that's what we're supposed to do as head coaches, right? But if you're a parent or an assistant coach, things of that nature, take 2 seconds or 3 seconds before you react. And I think if everybody does that, we'll be good, right? Same thing if you're a head coach. One of the things that I tell my boys all the time, and what I'll go back to our scrimmage in Waxahachie, man. At the end, we all lined up and shook hands and stuff like that. They were very respectful. But when that whistle blows and the game is over, and y'all know this, I mean, we've shed tears together of games, right? I've shed tears with my boys that, I was telling you guys about a game we had against Granbury several years back that honestly we should have won and probably won the Super Bowl that year. A great team, and we made a mistake as coaches and lost the game, and we shed tears with them. But also it's the game's over when that final whistle blows, and what has happened has happened. You're not going to change it. You move on and you learn from it. And I will tell you, knock on wood, we haven't made the same special teams mistake at all. And not just us, but other teams in our organization has learned from it. And so, for me, as we're getting into the season and stuff, I tell you parents that you're going to have some calls that you're not going to like.
Definitely.
It's going to happen, right? Any of us has played sports for any capacity, football, basketball, baseball, soccer, hockey, lacrosse, whatever. There's calls that happen that you're like, what in the world were you looking at? You know what I mean? But they're human.
Yes, sir.
And so if that happens, that's what the DODs are for. I believe, I know at least with us, and I think this is league wide, and I'm sure Jen's listening. By the way, Jen's a rock star. I'm like, hey, Jen, I'm doing the show, and I need to get some stuff, and can you help me? And she goes, yeah, what's your email? Click, click, click. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm going to talk her into just co-hosting with me every week is what I'm going to wind up doing. She just send stuff that we'll on the fly that we'll need, because man, there's so many teams and kids in this league. I'm just trying to find out schedules and who's in what division, and she's like, oh, I got that, click, click. And I'm like, yeah, of course you do. I don't got none of that organizational stuff there. But going back to what I was saying is that, just breathe, find that DOD. I know our DODs are, I think all DODs have to wear yellow or orange or something like that. You got a complaint, that's the person to complain to, right? Go find them. If you're a parent, go find them. Pull them aside, say, hey, listen, I got a problem. You think somebody's done something wrong to your kid or to yourself, or go find them. That's what they're there for. Yes, that's what you guys need volunteers for. And that way we don't have any type of situation that escalates, and let the kids play the game that they love, for sure. So that being said, man, I think, everybody's in good hands. Sean Cooper says at the end of the day, we need to just remember it's just a game. And it is.
It is, definitely.
It's just a game. It's a game we all want to win. And according to Waxahachie, they want to win a lot against you guys. And according to y'all, they won't.
They won't have a chance this year.
Oh, man. Smack Talk is rolling. I like it. We haven't even got to the game picks this week, and we are rolling with the Smack Talk. BYA Raiders football say Jen is the best. I'm leading that direction too. She's a great help. She just said hello, everybody, and she's an awesome help. So let me ask you guys this: we got a couple minutes before this segment wins. What's the future? Where are you trying to take the organization? Is it more kids? Is it and you don't have to go into specifics. I won't give away all your plans, but what is the future for the Ferris Jackets? What are you wanting that to leave your legacy and mark on the organization?
Basically just grow and get the kids access and different things that we didn't have when we was around. Basically just grow the youth sports in Ferris.
Okay.
Because we're not select or have these opportunities, but be able to put our kids in the same places that these kids get the access.
Stuff they get to enjoy, maybe going to a weekend tournament, and everybody booking the room at the, hotel, and we play in a showcase tournament or something, giving them an opportunity to see other things that they probably don't get to see until they maybe get to high school. If you play a big game in high school.
Yeah. That's why I'm really excited about the All-Star game that the league's doing this year.
Yes,
I think that's going to be awesome. I thought that was a great, avenue. And my uniform company, we're getting a chance to do the bid on the uniforms, and we got some cool designs. When I started seeing them, I'm like, oh man, this All-Star game is going to be legit. Yes. It's going to be awesome. I hope we get a cool place. And I'll tell you, parents, again, please contact the association, the North Texas Association, because if we can raise some money, we can play it at a cool place, right? And $1 helps, right? You may say, man, I only got $1, I only got $5. That's okay, it helps.
And that's creating a memory for the kids.
Huge memory, and maybe
remember forever.
Maybe I can get Jen to create a GoFundMe. I'm probably putting that on the spot. I don't know if that's against the rules or not. I just throw stuff out here, and the good news is that like they can't hold me responsible for it. So, but no, I mean, guys, we definitely need to do something like that, because man, I would love to, Arlington Cowboys Stadium, a really nice high school somewhere that we could go play. That's an all-star game that these kids are like, whoa, because I like what you said, and to take the organization and provide something some of these kids have never seen. What's going to wind up happening is, and what I love about what you guys are doing is, I hope 10 years from now, there's two other that have gone through Ferris. They're setting out a radio show somewhere. And you guys are old, and you're back in the day. In my day, we whip Waxahachie. we tore them up. Why can't you guys go tear them? You like how I'm saying that with the music coming on, right? See, they can't say nothing. That's my exit segment right there. Hey, guys, we're at After the Whistle. We'll be right back after this. Stick with us.
Why have thousands of aspiring authors teamed up with Christian Faith Publishing to publish their book? Because Christian Faith Publishing is an author-friendly publisher who understands that your labor is more than just a book. We provide authors freedom and flexibility throughout the publishing process, professional book editing, award-winning design, and some of the highest royalty structures in the publishing industry. And as always, you will retain 100% of the rights to your book.
I was looking to find a company that I could trust, one that assisted in the editing process completely.
The most important qualities that I was looking for was a publisher who was honest and upfront, no hidden costs or fees, and owning the rights to my own work.
Christian Faith Publishing will publish, market, and sell your books in all major bookstores, online booksellers, as well as specialty Christian bookstores. Call for your free author submission kit.
800-978-4812. 800-978-4812. 800-978-4812. That's 800-978-4812.
Hey, there's something you forgot to do. It sure is hot. Are you sweating like a dog? Wait, what? Dogs don't sweat. Oh no, you forgot to get your window tinted. Whether it's the kitchen window that sits in the sun for the hottest part of the day, or you just got new wheels, call Sharp Window Tinting in Burleson. 817-615-9379, or look them up on the web, sharpwindowtint.com.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395.
You're listening to Joco Community Radio.
I told y'all that break was quick. And see, like when I was mentioning that about you guys taking it to Waxahachie and stuff, Phelps already on there going, hey now, see if they can't do nothing, right? We just go into the break. A couple of house cleaning businesses here take care of. Joco Community Radio is proud to be the voice of Johnson County, Texas, and is on the Live 365 TuneIn Radio Network. To listen or watch, simply go to tuneinjoco.com to choose where and how. The Joco Community Radio app is now available for free on Android and Apple devices. All you need to do is just search Joco in your store, and you can check out our lineup and more at jococommunityradio.com. This episode and more is brought to you by Patriot Claims, making your insurance work for you. Reach out to your Texas sales rep, Nona Reed, at 844-TEXT-HELL. That's 844-839-4245. And the show is also brought to you by Versus Uniforms. Their number is 817-308-6064 or vssportswear.com. We are super proud of the uniforms that are going out this year. We are almost 3,000 kids in just football alone that we're representing in uniforms this go around, and we're super excited for people to see. But today we got Ferris in studio. We've had trash talk, we've had smack talk, we've had Ferris talk, and guys, it's game day, right? It's game week. We got 72 hours till kickoff to the first game. The kids are ready. They've been practicing and hitting each other since middle of July or July the 15th. They're ready to see another jersey, and they're ready to go at it. Megan says to tell you guys that you're already old. So
Not
yet.
I ain't even reached the 30 club yet.
The 30 club, man. I hit the 40 club in August. I'll tell you, I told everybody like the day I turned 40, it seems like everything started changing. It's like started creaking and hurting and stuff like that. So I'm in that 40 club. Guys, if you're online, once again, if you haven't already, drop an L for live, R for replay. This is an interactive show. We're about to pick some games and talk about some games. And you know what? One of the things that After the Whistle is always about is I keep it real. I don't know a lot of these teams, so I just did some research on my own before I picked these games. Now after next week, so this week's picks don't hold against me, but next week's picks, once I kind of get some stats and kind of see what's going, it'll be better. So, but that's why I got you guys here. How long have y'all been part of Northwest Texas?
This is our third season.
Third season. So you guys got a good idea of who's who and stuff like that in there. I know we kidded about that a little bit earlier. Phelps says Ferris got to be best is first for it to be the best. But okay. So Phelps says spring don't count until you guys win in regular season. It's not a rivalry yet. He's kind of calling out the Dallas Cowboys and the Commanders or whatever they're called now. So, he says Ferris has to beat us first for it to be our rivalry. Spring doesn't count.
Yeah, he's only saying that because we beat him 2 times in spring.
But you circle that date every year, so you might as well go and call it your rivalry.
Oh, man, it's getting deep in here right now. I can feel it. It's getting deep.
Yes, sir.
So I wanted, for our listening audience, because some of the parents may or may not know, I'm going to take just a second. And there are so many kids that are in this league that are playing tackle football. Every age group, so from 5U all the way to 12U, they have 2 divisions, right? And if I say anything wrong, correct me. And I know Jen's listening, she'll correct me if I say anything wrong, and I apologize up front. So there's 2 divisions because there's so many kids, right, that are on here. So I'm going to start with the Burleson teams, and I'm just going to go in order. And so if you're listening, when you hear your town called, it'll tell you what division that you're in. It'll kind of give you an idea of who you're playing. So in Burleson, so she has here, so for 5U, Cooper is in the South Division. 6U is in the South Division. 7U is in the South Division. 8U. So all of Burleson Elks. Before the Raiders get on there, be like, we're Burleson. No, you're the Raiders.
The real Burleson.
The real Burleson. I didn't say it, y'all. I didn't say it. See, they ain't even from here, and they already know. Man. So the Elks are all in the South Division, besides Coach Sampson in 6U. And no, that's Coach Sampson's not. So, man, we got BBGC. See, Jen's about to kill me. So this is the Raiders that are in the South Division. Besides Coach Sampson, he's in the North Division, and Coach Nolan's in the North Division. So the Burleson Raiders are for Cooper, Johnson, Ross. They're all in the South Division, and then Coach Sampson and Coach Nolan are in the North Division. For the Elks, all of the Elks are in the North Division. Notice how Coach Hernandez avoided me. I just throw that out there. Just, good. I'm just kidding. So all of the Elks are in the North Division. For Ennis, 5U Kemp is in the South. 6U Renton is in the South. 8U Salih is in the South. So it looks like all of Ennis is in the South Division. For Ferris, looks like all of you guys are in the South Division. So we got 5U Cox, 6U King, DeCourte, 7U DeCourt, yes, 7U DeCourt, 9U Robinson, and 12U Grady. And for Granbury, looks like Granbury is all in the North. Lightfoot, Stellar, Coach Bop, Sinks, Westbrook, Hager, and Coach Darren Rice's team for 12U. Kennedale, you kind of got a little mixture in here. We got 5U that is in the North, 6U that's in the South, 7U that's in the North, 8U that's in the North, 9U that's in the South, 10U that's in the South, and 12U that's in the North. So Kennedale's kind of spread out a little bit, right? So that's one of the teams that are spread out. Lake Worth, looks like you are all in the north with 6U, 7U, 9U, and 10U. LYSA looks like you're in the north for your 5U, 6U, 8U, 10U, and 12U, except the 12. Well, it says a 12U, but there's no coach by it, Jen. So I'm going to assume either that team has not made yet. If it is, you guys can check the schedule on that. But there may be one 12U that is also in the south. For Midlothian, you have your 5U. Coach Garrick is in the south, and Coach Lampkins is in the north. 6U south, 7U south, 8U has two coaches. Artola is in the south. Martinet is in the north. 9U with two teams. Green is in the south, and Robinson is in the north. 10U Fisher is in the south. 10U McCartney is in the north. 12U Gilbert is in the south, and 12U Murphy is in the north. Moving on to Red Oak, and we are almost. I mean, guys, if this doesn't tell you how many kids that we have right here, I mean, Lord have mercy, I'm just getting to Red Oak. So Red Oak, 5U Mills in the south, 6U Young in the south, 6U Johnson, though, is in the north. 7U Dudley in the south, 8U Young in the south, 9U Pereira in the south, 10U Palmer in the south, 12U Allen in the south, but 12U Fennell is Fennell is in the north. RYA, 5U, 6U, 7U, 8U, 9U, 10U, and 12U are all in the north division. So RYA is super simple. Saginaw, we have a 5U in the north, Dusky, and a 5U in the south, Varega. If I mispronounce your name, I apologize. You can type it out and I will try to get it correct. 6U Clark is in for Saginaw is in the north. 6U Marquez is in the south. 7U DeGeorge is in the north. 7U Baker in the south. 8U Vagari is in the north. 8U Gertie is in the south. 9U Bowling north. 10U Hemming is in the north. 10U McCrae is in the south. 12U Morgan north, and 12U Barnes is in the south. And last but not least, y'all's favorite, Waxahachie. 5U Cooper in the south. 6U Granger is in the south. 6U Barnes is in the north. 7U Patterson south. 8U Fragan south. 9U Sedelos in the south. 9U Hill in the north. 10U Collins in the north. 10U Langford in the south. And 12U Benjamin is in the south. Whew.
Wow, a lot of kids.
I think it's safe to say that if you win the Super Bowl in any division, any conference, you're a good team.
You're good,
definitely,
right?
Definitely.
I mean, any of those teams we called out, any of them that jump out at you, I guess let's start on the 12U or what was 10U side. So. Tell us some teams to look out for. See, I'm gonna get my coach's notes right.
12U,
definitely the both Super Bowl teams, Saginaw, Barnes, and then Phelps over there in Hatchie.
Okay,
definitely got to watch out for them. The RYA team, they wasn't bad last year. They actually beat in the regular season. They beat everybody on our conference side. Okay, which is crazy, but they did.
They did.
I'm trying to think. That's about it. I mean, Red Oak, they're gonna come to compete a little bit. The Allen team, I don't know about the other team. I guess they this is their first year. Two teams,
okay,
in that age division.
That Ferris Yellow Jackets 12U is very stiff.
Definitely gotta watch them guys.
12U.
That's why I'm just laughing every time Phelps Wayne says something. I'm just laughing.
So I'm getting corrected by Jen on here. So the north is national and south is American. So it's NNW and ANW. So if you guys go to look on the schedule and stuff, you may see it labeled as north or south, or I'm assuming it's going to be labeled national and American. Phelps says put some respect on our name. Oh,
that's all the free publicity you're gonna get from me,
man. My goodness. That's great. Derek,
I think in all of the years we've played Phelps, I think no one scored except 88 on us.
Definitely.
Yeah,
that's the only kid.
He's a very special kid.
I don't know. I don't think they scored at all on us in the scrimmage.
Uh-oh.
Matter of fact, I'm not sure.
getting this
But we won't go
formula.
there. We won't go there. We
Getting
won't go
that
there. Right?
formula.
I'm the host. I love everybody.
Hang on, Coach. Did we get the tape? Did we get the tape?
I see. Phelps wouldn't allow filming out there.
He
Like,
loves
I
to
don't know.
record.
No, I'm just
What?
kidding. He didn't say that. He didn't say that.
He loves to record. I tell you that.
I know he got some old tapes that.
If he does have film, I hope he shares it so I can share my team to learn. But we had a good time, and in fairness, we didn't hit the quarterbacks this week. He's seen our guys, and he said, "Man, we're really scared. We don't want y'all to hit our quarterback." We said, "Okay, cool. We understand that, no problem." Coach, he says, "Don't start, Mike." And he did have us line up a couple of plays because they couldn't stop it. I think he would admit that, and he was like, "We need to see this to coach it up." And I wanted Coach Phelps. I've heard so much about Coach Phelps, man. He is like the coach of coaches, right? I mean, like that's Hall of Fame level. And for me being a young coach, I'm like, man, we're scoring on Coach Phelps. We're 15, 20. Woo, we are rolling. So Coach Phelps, if you did it on purpose, thank you for boosting this young coach's confidence. I don't know if he's mad right now or not, but he just went on here, don't start. Honestly, it was a great scrimmage. We had it, and we don't see them regular season, so I can talk all this mess because probably the first time we would see them be in the playoffs during the Super Bowl. So this is my story, and I'm sticking to it. And then Jen says it's my bad. She didn't put it on the sheet. That's okay, Jen. We got it. Coach Phelps said you're welcome for really giving me confidence. See, I told you that's the way it went. And I ain't lying to you. It's and then the Raiders are talking mess, saying that I get to play both Raiders teams. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, we can play them both at the same time. It doesn't bother me. It's,
one at 1:30 and the next one at 3:30.
Bring a sack lunch, baby. Bring a sack lunch. It's Burleson. Bring a sack lunch. We are ready to
bring your pedal with you.
Woo! It's getting thick in here right now. It's getting thick. I have some kids that it's really crazy because my son plays video games like most 11-year-olds do, and like half of his Fortnite streaming team or whatever, they play for the Raiders, right? And so I get updates from them on how their scrimmages went, and then they get updates from him on how our scrimmages went and stuff. And man, it's just, and they go to school together, right? So I know like the Raiders quarterback goes to school with several of our guys, and some of them, and so man, they are just. That game, I'll just plug that game. That's going to be such a fun game, and it's in 3 weeks, because of the bye week. It's the second week. I can't wait in Burleson. So much respect for Coach Hernandez and those guys over there. They do great things in Burleson, and if it's going to be a really fun game. And we have the Battle of the Boot for Centennial and the Elks this Friday night. So our two high schools play each other this coming Friday night. Always a big deal in town. Last year, I believe it was played at Cowboy Stadium. I think this year it's being played right up the road at the field. And so this will be the first time in, I don't know, probably decades that we've played an official Burleson Pee Wee football game between two teams, and so it's pretty exciting around here, right? It's pretty exciting around here as far as that goes. So, but yeah, I want to get our parents the divisions out there, and just so they had an idea. And if you miss it, you can go back and listen to the show, or you can go visit the website, get the division drop downs. I don't know how quickly that they update stuff, but what you can see is everything set on that schedule going from there, and you'll be able to track your teams and where your standings are and all that type of stuff. So it's going to be a good time. So let's talk about some games. I always like starting with the 5U division first, and we've got some good games that are out there. So things that just jumped out at me because I don't think they've played each other, but we have Waxahachie Cooper playing Midlothian. They live pretty close to each other. Yep. Y'all right in that area. Mm-hmm. Yes, unless they've scrimmaged, I don't think they've seen each other. So this is a game that I circled on here, and then I also circled the other game on here is Ferris Cox versus Burleson Cooper, and then that Burleson Cooper obviously is the Raiders, and so they've I know that they've probably played or seen each other before. But here's kind of what I've got here. I've got the first game, Midlothian, Waxahachie. I have heard nothing but great things about the Waxahachie organization. I do know the Midlothian organization very well. I'm going to make my pick on this. See, and for those of you who don't know, I'm going to write my picks down on the paper here, right? So I'll show it to all the cameras that are in here. And next week, I will come back and I will tell you if I got them right or got them wrong. Right. And I'm going to write the scores down. Okay. So I hold myself accountable. So we're on 5U. And if y'all don't want to make a pick, you don't have to. But don't be scared. Don't be scared. Nobody. The door's locked. Nobody can come in.
5U
Cooper versus 5U Midlothian Garrick.
I'll take.
I'm gonna go with Cooper.
I'll take Cooper.
And here's where I'm at on this. I think you're right. I think
Burleson's flag teams are pretty stout.
so.
Usually.
That Cooper team is playing Midlothian, so they haven't seen each other that I know of. So I'm going to say the Waxahachie Cooper team wins. I'm going to give it a score. Yeah, I'm going to give the score 24-10. Okay. I feel like it's just going to be new for some of these towns to coming over here, right? There's going to be some nerves that are in there. So that's my score on that one. And then my second game to pick is we've got Ferris and we've got Burleson Cooper, right? So Burleson Cooper and Ferris Cox. Now, if y'all don't pick your own team,
we're taking
Ferris.
Ferris.
I'm definitely taking the home team.
Ferris by 30.
By 30. Woo!
I'm gonna be reasonable. 24-22 Ferris.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
All right, so 24-22. I'm gonna take Burleson Cooper on this, and I'm gonna take them 24-17 over Ferris. See, I always keep it real.
Respectfully.
Okay, I keep it real. I keep it real. We're gonna move on to 6U because if not, we're not. And Coach. See, someone just said is 12U Hernandez not one of the 12U teams? Hernandez was definitely mentioned in here for a 12U team to look out for sure. I know that's a good squad on there.
They're reloaded.
They absolutely are. All right, so our next games that we have in our 6U, we'll take the Ferris game, 6U King versus Red Oak Young.
King by 30.
By 30 for sure.
Yeah, I think I did a little research on this. I'm gonna take you guys the same way. I'm gonna take King 30-6.
That's a good score.
That's what I'm taking. I'm taking on there for that one. And then there's a couple other good games on there. We got Coach Kilman for BBGC. He's been with us for a little while, playing his first game over here against RYA. And then I'm going to take the BBGC Kilman team to win that game against RYA. I'm taking that game 30-14 on that game. Coach Kilman's he's a really good coach. Love Coach Kilman. He does a lot of good stuff for us. And I feel like he's going to have his boys ready to play. So there's our 6U. So now we're going to go down our 7U team.
I got one for the 7U.
Okay, tell me.
It's going to be a good matchup. Baker versus Patterson.
That's a stout. That's going to be a nice.
Good coach teams.
Okay. Yes, that's definitely a nice
Waxahachie has a little track star.
So we got Baker versus Patterson.
That's a tight game. That's either way. I mean,
I definitely would.
Who has
Baker.
the more speed? Waxahachie. Who has the more discipline? Baker.
So
it's a tough
That's why
game.
I love me some football, coach.
I've played both of them. They're very talented teams.
I'm going to take Waxahachie in it.
Okay.
Speed kills first game of the season.
Definitely.
If it wasn't the first game of the season, I would probably take Baker because
They're
you talk about the
well-coached.
discipline, well coached and stuff like that. And I know Saginaw, if they run like their other groups that I've seen, they like that powerhouse grind it out. But first game of the season, conditioning sometimes, probably going to be a little muggy outside. So I'm going to take in the 7U. I'm going to take Waxahachie Patterson. I'm going to give it the score of 30. I do think it's going to be close. I'm going 30-24 in that game. I'm going 30-24 in that game. All right, we're going to jump to 8U. I feel like there's a coach in here that knows something about 8U. Let's see here. Who do we want to pick in the 8U game? We got Burleson versus Waxahachie. We've got, let's see. Well, who do you play this week in 7? You play Dudley?
I played Dudley Red Oak, yes.
Well, we got to pick that game. What's the score, Coach?
I'd say
Come on, Coach.
24-6, Ferris.
24-6.
We might let him get in the end zone.
Woo!
Well, a buddy of mine said that they were saying they were going to shut me down, so we'll see.
You know what? I feel your confidence.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you the 24, but it's first game of the season. I'm going to give them 12. I'm going to go 24-12. First game of the season. I'm gonna, they're gonna score. I think some things are gonna happen. It's football. First game, 24-12. Sean Cooper says Baker wins 24-22. Ari says 7U Baker all day. Chris says sleeping on RYA. We're not sleeping on nobody.
RYA must be reloaded.
I'll tell you, they must got something going on over
So
there.
here's a good game that I'm gonna call. So we have BBGC Whitehead.
Okay.
And they're going against Kennedale 8U Bass.
This is your 8. Okay.
This is our 8U.
See, I've played Bass in the spring, so they're pretty sound, good football team.
So I've coached with Coach Whitehead.
Mm-hmm.
I think they win that game 40-0.
I take them as well.
I heard something about Whitehead or something. Somebody said something about him. So
I'll take Burleson. We'll go 32-6.
32-6. I got a shutout coming for them. I know what offense they're running, and I know they've got a good team. I'm taking them 40-0. The big game for Burleson next week is you got the Elks versus the Raiders in that division too, and those two coaches used to coach together. So that we'll talk about that one next week. That's gonna be a fun game. Next week. All right, moving on to 9U. See, I told you all time flies. We're having fun. We are moving on to 9U to pick games in 9U. So we've got Saginaw Waxahachie again. We've got RY. I want to pick the RYA Red Oak game.
Waxahachie. That's that 8U team from Waxahachie, right?
Yeah, that was in the Super Bowl.
That was in the Super
They're
Bowl.
A good football team.
So I want to pick the RYA and Red Oak.
Okay.
I feel like they're two evenly matched teams from just some of the research that I've done. But I think RYA is going to come out on top. I think it's going to be close. All right. I'm going to put this game at 16-12.
Well, we can't go against BJ. So we'll go.
I think BJ's in the 8U this year.
He's 8U.
Yeah,
but we'll still go with Red Oak 9U 20-12.
And we do have a Burleson matchup. They just pointed out of Carpenter over Clark. The Raiders are saying 9U Burleson over 9U Clark. I'm not ready to pick that game yet.
That's gonna be a good one.
But that'll definitely be a good one. All right, so now we're moving up into our bigger boys here. We got our 10U team. Our first 10U game so we have Barrett versus Barber. That Barrett team's only lost, I think, 3. If Coach Kevin's listening, he'll correct me. I think they've lost 3 games in like 5 years.
Wow. They're
loaded. They're good. I won't even pick that game, but that game is going to be a shutout. They're going to win by like 60. The game I'm interested in.
Is that 10U? Was that team we seen from was that the Lake Worth team we seen last year throwing the ball? Or was that a Lake Worth team? No.
Yeah, I think it
could have been.
I think they have a good 10U team.
So the game that kind of jumped out at me when I was looking at the schedule was Ennis and Waxahachie.
Oh yeah, good rival.
That's a rivalry game. As they play Friday night, the high school.
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes this even more interesting because this is 10U. 10U. So it's Coronado, Ennis, and 10U Langford, Waxahachie.
That Ennis team.
I had to take Waxahachie because that Ennis team is full of 9-year-olds. That's where their talent is. Yeah.
So then if that's the case, I'm going Waxahachie as well. I'm going to say they put up 24 and Ennis puts up 10. Not sleeping on the 9-year-olds.
I'll go.
You're
Ennis,
going Ennis?
So we make it clear. I'll go Ennis.
Now for the big boy division, we got the 12U games, and we got about 1:30 to pick. So
don't forget the main game now, Coach.
So
that big one down there.
Who's the big one down there? Who's the big one down there? We got
the Super Bowl champs coming down to old Ferris, Texas.
Ferris and Barnes. So we're gonna pick that game.
Definitely. I'm going 24-22 Ferris, Texas.
Woo!
I'm going 18-6 Ferris.
It's a battle. I guarantee it's gonna be a battle.
All right, fellas.
You're not going to upset
listen,
us.
I always keep real talk.
Hey, you're going to give us more drive, though. That's all you're going to do.
I respect it.
I'm going to keep it real because one thing that I pride myself on the show is keeping it real. Mm-hmm. While I think you guys are good coaches and doing well, I've seen this Barnes team on film.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got them winning this game 40-21.
Okay. That's not bad.
Now, listen. I'm not saying
though,
it can't happen.
I will say this, though. There's one special thing about Ferris. Ferris has had 2 years ago. Ferris had Saginaw down 14-0. The same group of boys with the ball in our hand, And Phelps knows about it too last year. We had him down 14-0 with the ball in our hand. We're going to finish these games this year, and we're going to the Super Bowl.
So you're hearing it. I love it. Derek King says, call it. Ferris.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Megan says, Ferris, here's what I tell you. There's one thing that can beat a talented team, and it's what we started the show off. Y'all said Ferris equals family. Family come together. Family wins football game.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That might be your wild card. Ferris, thank you for joining us today.
Ferris 5:30, baby.
Y'all have a good weekend.
From Burleson to Venus and Grandview to Godley, this is the voice of Johnson County, Joco Community Radio.